And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Brevard, North Carolina, nestled in the mountains of western North Carolina. Glad you're able to join us for this Friday afternoon, a matinee edition of Brevard College men's basketball as the Tornadoes with another critical matchup here as the Tornadoes are seeking a trip to the postseason. USA South Conference tournament just around the corner. Currently, the Tornadoes sitting in fourth place, a half-game lead over Piedmont. Tornadoes 3-5 in the West Division, and the Tornadoes will host Huntington today. These two teams met just a couple weeks ago, and the Tornadoes with a 74-72 win at Huntington down in Montgomery, Alabama, in a tight affair. So these teams played very close the first time around. And certainly gearing up for this second meeting between these two this season. Tornadoes looking to continue their momentum as of late. A setback a couple days ago against the number 11 ranked team in the nation, but Tornadoes really played well in that one, falling 96-81 to the 11th ranked team in the country, Maryville. That was back on Tuesday. Maryville sits atop that West Division that we mentioned earlier. Maryville's 18-1 overall, 8-0 in conference play, but Tornadoes hung tough with Maryville. Prior to that, a win over Bob Jones, 86-72. And then dating back to January 29th was that first meeting versus the opponent today, Huntington, down in Montgomery, Alabama. And that was a tight one, 74-72, as we mentioned. And Chancey Watson came up big in that one with 14 points in 19 minutes off the bench. And as much as anything, some clutch play down the stretch ensured that win for the NATOs down in Montgomery, Alabama, first time around. But these two teams will go at it again. Now, this game was originally scheduled for earlier in the season due to COVID protocols, was forced to be postponed, thus sort of the unusual timing of this one, a Friday afternoon at the Bosch. But it should be a lot of fun. Be great to see the men's basketball team back in action after that hard-fought game against the 11th-ranked Maryville Scots, and now hosting Huntington, where every game is critical from this point forward as the Tornadoes jockey for position in the USA South Conference. Stick with us. We're about 16 minutes from introductions and then the tip-off of Huntington and Brevard from the Bosch. Welcome back here to the Boschmer Gymnasium. You're taking a look right now at the Huntington Hawks, who have made the trip from Montgomery, Alabama, and are finishing up their warm-ups for this rematch against the Tornadoes. These two teams played a couple weeks ago, 74-72 Brevard in that one. And you can see, of course, the Brevard College Tornadoes on their home court as they complete their warm-ups as well. Critical matchup here for the Tornadoes as they jockey for position in the USA South Conference West Division standings. And, you know, you hate to use the term must win, but this is about as close as you could come to one of those where Tornadoes need this victory to continue to maintain position for that postseason play. So should be a good one. Hawks and Tornadoes, as we mentioned, a very close affair first time around when these two teams played. 74-72. Chancey Watson led Tornadoes with 14 points, 19 minutes off the bench. Carson Evans, also a big day off the bench in that one, had 12 points in just 13 minutes, was 5 of 6 from the field. L.B. Boyette and Quincy Carter each registered 13 points and 5 assists in that one. And the Tornadoes coming off a game against the 11th-ranked Maryville Scots just this past Tuesday. And the Tornadoes hung tight and hung with the 11th-ranked team in the nation. 96-81 the final in that one. So just moments away from the invocation, the national anthem, and then the introduction of the starters. So hang with us. It should be a lot of fun. A Friday afternoon affair at the Bosch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brevard College Athletic Department respectfully asks you to please stand for today's invocation, which will be followed by the singing of our national anthem. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, God, we just pause in this moment this afternoon to thank you for all the blessings that you've given us and for being able to be here today. Lord, we ask that you place your hand on these two teams and keep them safe from injury and safe travels for everyone in attendance on the way home. For it's in your most holy and precious name that we pray. Amen. This afternoon's national anthem will be sung by Brevard College student Patrick Yang.
So proudly
So that was the voice of Ray Gill, the public address announcer here at Brevard College, as the starting lineups have been introduced, and we're ready to roll here. Huntington versus Brevard men's basketball. Huntington Hawks starting lineup: Page, Hawkins, Gardner, Bowling, and Goolsby. And the Tornadoes going with David Seeley, Charles Reed, Quincy Carter, L.B. Boyette, and Luke Blaynott. And it'll be Blaynott versus Bowling for the opening tip at 2:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We tip this one off at the Bosch. And should be a good one. Hawks and Tornadoes played to a 2-point game just a couple weeks ago. And that initial offering down low, getting some position on the low block, was Bowling. And right away, he will earn a trip to the charity stripe. So Dylan Bowling, the senior forward from Woodstock, Georgia. And he will shoot a pair of free throws. It was a shooting foul on Luke Blaynott. So that'll be an interesting matchup to watch, the 6'7" Bowling versus the 6'8" Blaynott. Second free throw short off the front iron, collected by Quincy Carter. Here's Boyette, handoff to Carter, back to Boyette. Boyette guarded by Gardner. Reed. Blaynott hands it off to Carter. Carter finds an open Blaynott, and looks like no basket, so foul prior to the shot. So a blocking foul on Bowling on the floor, so no free throws, and Tornadoes will continue with possession here. Here's Carter shooting a three-pointer. It's off the mark. Here come the Hawks the other way. Corner three-pointer there is no good by Goolsby. Scramble for the rebound. All sorts of bodies hitting the playing surface here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. See who comes up with it. And jump ball possession arrow to the Nados. So possession arrow will shift back to the Hawks after the Nados able to gain possession there. Charles Reed. Here's Seeley. Boyette trying to find Seeley. Seeley able to save it to Carter. 9 on the shot clock. Boyette lets it fly from 3, and it's good. From the top of the key, L.B. Boyette draining that three-pointer, giving the Tornadoes the 3-1 lead. 90 seconds have elapsed here, and you can see a sense of urgency from both these teams early on. Extra pass there to Page. Page takes one extra pass beyond that to Gardner, and then a foul underneath. So early substitution there, as that foul was on Bowling. So already 2 fouls on Bowling, and that'll bring in Reese Harden, freshman from Carrollton, Georgia, also 6'7". That three-pointer off the mark, and Hawks come back the other way. Hawkins, Page. Here's Gardner. Picks up his dribble, finds Hawkins. Stolen away there, Carter and Seeley, and somehow Hawkins able to keep that one alive, and then a traveling violation on the Hawks. Carter and Seeley went flying into the scores table, and you can see the hustle for both these clubs early on. Players hitting the deck when needed. Playing with a sense of desperation. Boyette, Seeley, Carter. Bounce pass to Reed, quick pass to Seeley, back to Boyette. Boyette from 3. It's no good. Carter able to lasso in the offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity for the Nados. Here's Boyette. Back to Carter. Seeley. So Tornadoes working that perimeter now, finding an opening. Reed down low amongst the trees. Charles Reed, the sophomore guard from Concord, North Carolina. Down in the low block, getting it done inside. And some tough defense on the other end by the Tornadoes. Boyette able to get in that passing lane. Checking in now for the Hawks is Damian Madison. Three minutes have elapsed here. Tornadoes 5, Hawks 1. Madison. Here's Sam Page with the take. Fight for the rebound. Carter comes up with it. Carter now up ahead. Fast break opportunity for the Tornadoes. Seeley just missing the finish there. And here come the Hawks the other way, pushing transition. Page from 3. It's no good. Another rebound for Quincy Carter. Here's Boyette. Tornadoes pushing the tempo. Both these teams are, for that matter. Here's Boyette. And he'll draw a foul and get a trip to the free throw line. So frantic start to this one as the Tornadoes and the Hawks going at it. First substitution of the game for the Tornadoes set to check in. That'll be Alex Wessig. And the Tornadoes enjoying this 5-1 advantage. Tornadoes 2 of 6 from the field. Huntington yet to hit a field goal, 0 for 3. First free throw is good for Boyette, and Wessig enters the game. He replaces Blaynot. Also checking in for the Hawks, Nate Johns, 6'6" forward from Jemison, Alabama. Second free throw from Boyette, good as well. So largest lead of the game for the Nados, 7-1. Boyette with 5 of the 7 points for the Nados. And see what the call is there. It ruled off a Brevard player, so Huntington will maintain possession. And a disruptive defensive start for the Tornadoes. As we mentioned, 0 for 3 from the field, the Hawks. And the Tornadoes have already forced 3 turnovers. Protected the ball well, 0 turnovers for the Nados. Wessig able to take that away and then into the hands of a Hawk. That's Gardner down low. Gardner finds an open Hawkins. Hawkins lets it 5 from 3. It's no good. Rebound for Seeley. Reed back to Seeley. Here's Charles Reed. Carter. Wessig hands it off to Seeley. Seeley mid-range jumper. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Alex Wessig. Wessig then goes up strong. It's no good. Pulled away there by Nate Johns. Beautiful little Euro step there from Gardner in transition, and first field goal of the contest for the Hawks after an 0 for 4 start. The Hawks able to put the ball through the basket for the first time from the field. Miss there from Carter, and then another tough rebound from Johns. Johns has been active since entering the contest. Here's Madison. Hawkins. Down low to Harden and pulled down by Quincy Carter. That's Quincy Carter's 5th rebound already. Leading all players. Wessig sitting on a media timeout. We've been sitting on it for a bit here. Here's Carter, and there's a whistle there, so that'll bring up a timeout. And blocking foul on the Hawks at the same time. Looked like Gardner on the foul, and media timeout on the court. 7-3, Tornadoes on top. Boyette 5 points. Quincy Carter 5 rebounds. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tornadoes 7, Hawks 3. High energy on this Friday afternoon so far between these two teams. Tornadoes with the 7-3 advantage early on here. Carson Evans is checked into the game. That's him handling the ball right there. Here's Boyette. Down low to Wessig. Also entering the game for the Tornadoes, Chancey Watson. And Watson, in fact, will inbounds this ball here. So let's reset the 5 on the floor for the NATOs. Evans, Watson, Carter, Wessig, and Boyette. Carson Evans from 3. It's good. Carson Evans. Kind of a microwave type effect there. Enters the game, and just like that, able to sink the three-pointer. Nearly 6 minutes have elapsed here. 10-3, Tornadoes on top. Willie Taylor's entered the game for the Hawks. Hawks have already gone deep on their bench. Linville's entered the game as well. That's him throwing up a 3. And an offensive foul on Nate Johns. Already the 5th team foul, and that's the 4th turnover for the Hawks as well. 13:45 to play here. Here's Carter. Watson dribbles to his left, finds Evans. Carter down low, finds an open Watson. Watson was wide open, unable to convert the layup. Great look there to find the open teammate underneath, but unable to convert. Now a three-pointer is no good. Watson skying high for that rebound. Watson was the leading scorer when these two teams met in Montgomery a couple weeks ago, a 74-72 win for the Tornadoes. Here's Watson. Boyette, back to Watson. Evans. Boyette. Posting up his defender. Missing there. Nice defense by Willie Taylor, man-to-man against Boyette. Fast break opportunity and the finish there. So Huntington able to catch the NATOs off guard a bit there. Caleb Toney, the guard from Birmingham, with the finish. So 10-5 the score. Carter finds a cutting Watson. Watson unable to hit that layup. So Watson shaking his head. He's had a couple of great opportunities, but unable to convert these last few possessions. Entering the game now, a couple subs for the Tornadoes. Garrett Sutherland, the freshman from Atlanta, checking in. Also Hayden Castle, senior from Kingsport, Tennessee. 12:30 to play here. Half number 1. Three-pointer there is good. Good-looking stroke there from Damian Madison out of St. James High School, Montgomery, Alabama native, the senior. And just like that, it's a 2-point game after the Tornadoes had stretched the lead out to 6. Here's Watson. Hands it off to Castle. A screen from Wessig. Now finds an open Watson. Watson from 3. It's good. So that should up the spirits a bit for Watson, who missed a couple layups but able to drain that three-pointer. So great to see that sort of confidence from Watson and able to drain the 3. That'll bring up a foul on the court and another media timeout in the meantime. So 11:51 to play here. Tornadoes 13, Hawks 8 from the Bosch. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, a rare Friday afternoon matinee between these two USA South Conference rivals, the Huntington Hawks, who have made the trip from Montgomery, Alabama, here to the mountains of Western North Carolina and facing off against the Tornadoes. That last foul was on Carson Evans, and that'll result in free throws for Damian Madison. Madison hit a three-pointer earlier, the only three-pointer thus far for the Hawks, who are 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Misses the first free throw there. Second free throw good from Madison, so 13-9 the score now. Max Gardner checking in, the 6'6" sophomore forward from Decatur, Alabama, Austin High School. And Carson Evans will bring it up for the Tornadoes. Here's Castle. Good look there. Watson finding Evans, then Evans getting the offensive rebound and then finding Watson, and Watson with the finish. So Watson now with 5 points. Nice job there. Nice perseverance from Carson Evans. Back the other way, a miss for the Hawks, and here come the Tornadoes on the attack. Sutherland able to pick up the loose ball and the finish. Garrett Sutherland. The freshman Sutherland getting it done. Great job getting down low to get that ball off the playing surface and then going up strong in an and-one opportunity. And an opportunity here for the Tornadoes to add to their largest lead of the contest. Free throw up and good. So Tornadoes able to stretch the lead 18-9. 9-point advantage for the Nados. Good looking finish there. Caleb Toney. So 18-11 the score. Evans dribbles to his left. Now dribbling through some traffic. Finds Wessick. Wessick hands it off to Sutherland. Sutherland from three. It's no good. Castle with the offensive rebound. Tornadoes doing a great job on the boards thus far. Here's Evans. Castle. Wessick. Wessick, a nice little threading of the needle there to find Sutherland. Sutherland scored the last 5 points for the Nados and lead back up to 9, 20-11. And then Sutherland with a block the other way. Watson with a beautiful behind-the-back dribble, and then Watson taking on several defenders in the finish from Chancey Watson. What a finish. What a play by the Tornadoes, both ends of the court. Sutherland with the block on one end, and then the finish by Watson on the other, and now a foul on Goldsby. And the Bosch has come alive suddenly. Can't emphasize enough. What an electric play. Sutherland with the block. Then Watson takes it one-on-one, a behind-the-back dribble, and then an individual finish by Chancey Watson. He's got 7 points to lead all scorers. Here's Evans. Sutherland. Wessick. Wessick for three. It's no good. Carson Evans amongst the trees with the offensive rebound, and then the second chance opportunity. Carson Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Tornadoes stretching their lead even further. Now up 13, largest of the game. Three-pointer there, no good. Off the front iron, Chancey Watson getting it done all over. That's his third rebound. Now he's bringing it up the court. Dribbles through the trees. The finish from Watson. He's got 9. And the Tornadoes, just like that, a 15-point advantage. And the Bosch has come alive. 9:20 to go here, half number 1. And the Hawks unable to finish there. Johns missing the layup. Up ahead to Watson. And it'll remain Tornadoes basketball. The Tornadoes have put the pedal to the metal here at the Bosch and stretched their lead to 15 points. And doing it mostly, in fact, entirely with bench players at the moment. Guys like Evans, Sutherland, Wessig, Watson, and Castle, the 5 on the floor right now, just getting it done. And another opportunity here at the free throw line for Sutherland. 26-11 the score. Currently a 9-0 scoring run. Luke Blanot checks back in for Alex Wessig, who put in some great minutes, fighting hard underneath. Second free throw from Sutherland's good. So it's a 10-0 run for the Tornadoes, largest lead of the game at 17. What an explosive couple of minutes for the Nados. 10-0 run. Three-pointer there, no good. Hawks able to pull down the offensive rebound. Sam Page corralling that board, and then a good take to the basket there by Madison of the Hawks, but foul on the Tornadoes. Fouls on Castle, so that'll be a trip to the line for Madison, and the Hawks desperately needed that. Something to stop this run by the Tornadoes. A 10-0 run snapped right there by the free throw from Madison. But the Tornadoes just absolutely flexing their muscles those last couple minutes. Pull ahead. 10-0 scoring run until these free throws. Carson Evans. Here's Castle. Castle cross-court pass to Sutherland. Quick touch pass to Blanot. Blanot picks up his dribble, finds Evans. Evans dribbles to his right, launches a three, and then a beautiful offensive rebound by Sutherland. Second chance opportunity. Watson unable to make the long two-point jumper. Here comes the Hawks the other way. Euro step there and finish. Good-looking finish there, Damian Madison. So the Hawks have scored the last 4 after the 10-0 run by the Tornadoes. Tornadoes shooting 40% from the field, Hawks 28%. Hawks just 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. Chancey Watson's led the way for the Tornadoes with 9. Garrett Sutherland has 7. Those two a big part of that big scoring run by the Tornadoes. Long jumper there, no good by Evans. Three-pointer there, bounces in. So Damian Madison really leading the charge for the Hawks. He has 11. He now leads all scorers with those 11 points, hitting 2 3-pointers. Evans, little jump stop there. Then another offensive rebound for the Tornadoes. That's Luke Blanot. That's 7 offensive boards for the Nados. Beautiful bounce pass there. Castle finding Blanot. Then Blanot's second chance opportunity. Make it 8 offensive rebounds for the Tornadoes. Second chance points have been a factor in this one, no doubt. The Tornadoes doing a great job on the boards. An 18-13 advantage in total rebounds. 8 offensive for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes able to get a stop there. Here comes Evans the other way. Hayden Castle pulls up for the 3. It's no good. Fight for the rebound ends up in the hands of Sam Page. Page pushing the tempo. Jumper there off the mark. Rebounded by Evans, and then he's shoved out of bounds. It'll be a foul on the Hawks. Harden with the foul. And that'll bring up another media timeout here. Your score was 6:44 to play here, half number 1. Tornadoes 30, Hawks 18. Back to action here at the Boshemer Gymnasium, a Friday afternoon matinee between the Tornadoes and the Huntington Hawks. And the Tornadoes with a 30-18 lead. Leading the way for the Tornadoes has been a couple of bench players. Chancey Watson with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and Garrett Sutherland with 7 points. Carson Evans has been a big contributor as well. He's at the free throw line at the moment. 5 points, 4 rebounds, make it 6 points for Evans. Evans also with an assist. And that reserves unit came in and really added a spark, a 10-0 run at one point to stretch this advantage out for the Tornadoes. David Seeley checks back in for the Tornadoes. So starting lineup back on the court now for the Nados. Blaynot, Seeley, Reed, Carter, and Boyette. Hawks now in their half-court set. Taken away there. Boyette momentarily had it, and then back into the hands of Caleb Toney. And then a foul on the Tornadoes. David Seeley, that'll be his first. .6:24 to play here, half number one. Inbounds there for the Hawks. Willie Taylor. Here's Madison, who's been the leading scorer with 11. Toney back to Madison. Now down low, getting some position there was Harden. Tornadoes able to provide some help defense there and knock the ball out of bounds. It'll remain Hawks basketball. Hawks trailing by 14. Gardner dribbling to his right, picks up his dribble. And a bit of a bailout foul there as Hawks were running out of time on the shot clock. Toney with the strong take. Blaynot with the foul. So that'll be Luke Blaynot's second. And it looks like Alex Wessig set to check back in. Meanwhile, at the free throw line here is Caleb Toney. Toney able to hit that first free throw. Senior guard from Birmingham. Tornadoes by a dozen. Here come Brevard setting up in their half-court set. Here's Reed, Seeley. Boyette with the corner three. It's no good. Rebound brought down there by the Hawks and pushing the tempo the other way. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound and second chance opportunity. Count the basket, so and one opportunity now. Caleb Toney, who has come up live as of late. So Toney with a free throw here, see if he can cut the deficit to single digits, and he does, so 32-23 your score. David Seeley has Charles Reed to his left. Here's Boyette. Zone defense now for the Hawks. Carter along the baseline, finds Boyette. Boyette beats his man on the dribble. Wessig double team down low, finds an open Boyette. Boyette with the finger roll, whistle, and it's going to be a charge on Boyette. So able to draw the charge there. Max Gardner, nice job by Gardner holding his position, the sophomore from Decatur, Alabama. Meantime, a couple of subs checking back in. Austin Linville for the Hawks and also Carson Evans for the Tornadoes. So that foul on Seeley, that'll be his second. And here come the Hawks the other direction. Just over 5 minutes to play here, half number one at the Bosch. USA South Conference action. Critical game for the standings for the Tornadoes. Huntington also desperate for a win themselves, trying to get their first win of the season in conference play. Have had several close defeats, including a 74-72 loss to Brevard down in Montgomery, Alabama a couple weeks ago. Another trip to the free throw line here for the Hawks, and free throw there by Tony, up and good. That's 10 points now for Tony, so 2 Hawks in double figures, both Madison with 11 and Tony with 10. Meantime, Hawks doing most of their damage from the line, in essence. Now 9 of 11 from the charity stripe. So certainly helping their cause. Tornadoes have been perfect from the stripe themselves, 7 of 7. Here's Evans. Boyette from 3, it's no good. And we'll see what the call is here. And it's gonna be, it looks like a foul on the Tornadoes. Carter was defending from one side, Reed from the other. And I guess not a foul after all there. So not sure if that was considered a tie-up. Never saw a foul actually communicated to the scores table there. So here comes Carter the other way, meantime, after the rebound by the Tornadoes. Wessig with the finish. Fast break finish. Carter to Wessig. So the Tornadoes getting it done in the fast break department. That's 13 fast break points for the Nados. Great job in transition this first half. Backing up his defender, Boyette. On the glass, creating these second chance opportunities time and time again. That's 9 offensive rebounds now, and now another trip to the Nados to the line. L.B. Boyette, leading scorer for the Tornadoes, averaging 12.5 points a game, 4.1 rebounds per game average. After a 7 of 7 start, that's the first miss from the line for the Nados. Meanwhile, checking in for Huntington is Sam Page. Second free throw from Boyette, up and good. So Tornadoes back up to a double-digit lead, 35-25, under 4 minutes to go, sitting on another media timeout. Three-pointer here, no good. Rebounded by Carter. Carter going up high for that rebound. Quincy Carter now with 7 rebounds. Evans. Here's Boyette dribbling to his right. Finds a Wessig. Wessig down low with the finish. Alex Wessig. Nicely done. Getting position there offensively, and the finish by Wessig. He's got 4. Tornadoes back up by a dozen. Working down low against Wessig there. That was Gardner. Nice job, Wessig defensively. Then Wessig coast to coast, able to do it on the other end as well. And that fast break finish, very nicely done. The Tornadoes once again in transition have really been effective. Now Wessig on the defensive end, and looks like it's going to be a foul. Hey, you have to hand it to the Tornadoes. They are playing some tight, intense defense, and every once in a while getting called for one of these fouls. You can see the Tornadoes doing everything in their power to try to play that tight defense but not commit the foul. But that one will be on Carson Evans. Meanwhile, what a finish on the other end after Wessig made the stop defensively and then going full throttle from left to right on your device. And Boyette able to find Wessig. Back-to-back finishes by Wessig off Boyette assists. So Watson now leads the Tornadoes with 9 points. Evans with 7. Garrett Sutherland with 7. Boyette and Wessig each with 6. Charles Reed and Blaynot have 2 apiece. So Tornadoes have done a nice job distributing the scoring amongst several different players. Meanwhile, 2 players have done most of the damage for the Huntington Hawks. In fact, 22 of the 25 points have come from Damian Madison and Caleb Toney. They each have 11. 14-point lead for the Tornadoes. 2:54 to play here, half number 1. Tornadoes in a critical contest as they continue their march with the goal of postseason play here in the USA South Conference. Tornadoes currently 3-5 in the conference, in 4th place. The top 4 in each division make it. So right now the Tornadoes sitting in 4th in the West Division. Piedmont is 3-6, just a half game behind the Tornadoes. For that 4th and final spot, Maryville, the 11th ranked team in the nation, leads the West Division. They're 8-0. Covenant's 8-2 in 2nd place. LaGrange 6-2 in the conference. In 3rd place in the West. Checking in now for Huntington is Reese Harden. Tornadoes will be in action again tomorrow. Stretch of the final 4 games of the season. Here's Carter finding Watson. Carter finding an open Reed in the paint. Beautiful look there from Carter to find Reed, and then a great finish by Charles Reed. (41-27) Tornadoes have looked sharp on both ends of the floor. Meanwhile, Hawks trying to work their way back into this contest. A 3-pointer there certainly helped the cause. Damian Madison with that finish. Madison now leads all scorers with 14 points. He's got 3 3-pointers. Charles Reed brings the basketball up the court for the Tornadoes. Here's Watson. Watson behind the back to Reed. Boyette along the baseline. Boyette pulls up jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, and now he's going to have a trip to the free throw line. Hard foul there for Harden. Both teams in the bonus. That's a shooting foul there in the meantime. So Boyette, another trip to the line. Tornadoes has a team 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Boyette 3 of 4, make it 4 of 5. Boyette now with 7 points along with Evans and Sutherland. They each have 7 as well. Chancey Watson leading the Tornadoes with 9. Second free throw up and no good. Fight for the rebound. And looks like it's going to be a foul on Alex Wessick. Loose ball foul on that rebound. So that'll be free throws on the other side. So both teams in the double bonus. So 2 free throws on every foul from this point forward. And now to the free throw line, Reese Harden. First free throw up and good. Harden, 6'7", post player from Carrollton, Georgia, Oak Mountain High School. Second free throw good as well. Here comes Reed. Watson back to Reed, resetting that half-court set. Carter. Watson. Watson from downtown, it's no good. Rebounded there by Page. .90 seconds left to play here, half number 1. Three-pointer here from Nate Johns, no good. Going up high for that rebound to Watson. That's his 4th board. Here's Quincy Carter the other way, blocked. A blocked shot there by Harden. And then some great defense in the full court by Boyette, and it's going to be a turnover for the Hawks. Both teams have done a decent job protecting the ball. Just 5 turnovers for the Hawks, only 1 for the Tornadoes. Beautiful touch pass there, then a great look underneath. Reed able to come up with that rebound. Now Reed pushing the tempo and then able to find Wessig, and Wessig with the finish and more fast break points for the Tornadoes. Now 18 points in the high tempo. So Tornadoes able to stretch the lead back to a dozen. 50 seconds left to play here. Head coach Lee Burgess calling timeout for the Tornadoes. Lee Burgess, the head coach of the Tornadoes, and he actually was the coach of one of the assistant coaches for Huntington, assistant coach Alex Moe. We welcome Alex Moe, Coach Moe, back to Brevard College, a 2016 graduate of Brevard College, and he played under Coach Burgess from 2012 to 2016, and now in the coaching profession, an assistant coach for the Huntington Hawks. So I know Coach Moe had a good time revisiting some memories here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, but certainly the last thing on his mind in the Huntington coaching staff at the moment, as they're trailing by 12 points to the Tornadoes. Short little jump shot there, a little jump hook by Hardin. Cuts the lead back to 10. Here's Watson. Reed swings it about Boyette. Boyette from 3. It's no good. Reed fighting for the rebound. Coming up with its Page. Page up ahead here to Johns. And then hard foul. And Johns hits the floor very hard. So tough situation there as Nate Johns off his feet there and hits the floor very hard and getting some medical attention now. So nice applause from the crowd there as Nate Johns able to get up and walk off on his own power. Hard foul there by Alex Wessig in transition. And a bit of a tenuous moment there, and still trying to see exactly what's going on here. So no foul called, apparently. Looks like it's going to be Tornadoes basketball. So Johns converted the dunk on the assist by Page, and no foul called. So perhaps the Tornadoes catching a little break there, but bottom line is made basket on the dunk. Johns now heads to the bench. Applause from the Hawks faithful. Looks like a lot of folks made the trip up from Alabama. Meanwhile, here's Watson. Back to Reed. Carter. 5 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Trying to beat the buzzer there. Second chance opportunity for Boyette. And there may have been a foul before the buzzer. Everybody hold tight. There was a foul called, and in fact, it was before the buzzer. So there's going to be free throws here with very little time remaining. In fact, just fractions of a second, 0.4 seconds left. Free throw there by Boyette. Second free throw up and good as well. So Boyette able to convert those 2 free throws in a 10-point lead for the Tornadoes heading into the halftime locker room. Your score, Brevard 46, Huntington 36. Stick with us. We'll bring you all the first half stats and a recap of that first half later during this halftime. But your score at the half, Brevard 46, Huntington 36.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Before I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, it's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium where the Tornadoes lead Huntington 46-36. Tornadoes led by Chancey Watson with 9 points. Also LB Boyette with 9 points as well. Alex Wessig with 8. Carson Evans and Garrett Sutherland each have 7 points. Charles Reed with 4 and Luke Blaynott with 2. Quincy Carter leads all players with 8 rebounds. Also getting it done on the glass. LB Boyette, Carson Evans, and Chancey Watson each have 4 rebounds. Tornadoes shot 36% from the field, 3 of 15 from beyond the arc, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Huntington shooting 31% from the field, 3 of 15, so identical shooting from the land of 3, and then 13 of 15 from the line. Huntington with a few more free throw opportunities than the Tornadoes. Damian Madison leading the way for the Hawks with 14 points. He hit 3 3-pointers, 13 points for Tony. So 27 of the 36 points for Huntington coming from 2 players. Tornadoes led by as many as 17 in this one after a 10-0 run, really busted things open midway through the first half and currently lead by 10 points. And we've been talking about it all afternoon. In an important game for the Tornadoes in this USA South Conference postseason hunt. Tornadoes coming down the stretch here in their 2021-22 season. Game tomorrow versus Covenant. That's at 4 p.m. at Piedmont. That'll be a big one. Hey, they're all big at this point, but the at Piedmont game, those 2 teams neck and neck for that 4th position. That's on Tuesday night in Demorest, Georgia. And then next Saturday, the 19th, Tornadoes versus LaGrange. Huntington opens the second half with the basketball, moving from left to right on your device. And first trip down the court, a stop defensively by the Tornadoes. Blaynott able to come up with the rebound. Here come the Tornadoes the other way. Quincy Carter. Boyette from 3. It's no good. Ball's lassoed in by Hawkins. Hawkins running the point for the Hawks. Here's Goolsby. Goolsby trying to find Bowling down low. Well defended by the Tornadoes. Now the Tornadoes on the attack. In the fast break finish there. Very nicely done by Boyette on the finish. And the Tornadoes now with 18 fast break points. Stolen there by Quincy Carter. Here come the Tornadoes on the attack again. Charles Reed with the finish. So make it 20 fast break points for the Tornadoes. And quick back-to-back buckets there. And just like that, it's a 14-point lead. Volume starting to pick up here in the Bosch again. Folks making their way back from the intermission. Well done there along the low block by Bowling. That battle between the big men, Bowling and Blaynott. Boyette. Reed swings it around to Quincy Carter, corner 3. It's no good. Blaynott fighting for the offensive rebound. He's able to keep it alive. Second chance opportunity for the Tornadoes. Pull-up jumper there by Boyette. And it's going to be an offensive foul, no basket. But another example of the Tornadoes doing just a fantastic job on the offensive glass. Another offensive rebound. That'll be Offensive rebound number 12 for the Tornadoes, and a three-pointer there as finish there by Hawkins. It's Hawkins' first points of the game, and then an answer by Boyette the other way. So the team suddenly trading three-pointers, Hawkins and then Boyette. 53-41, Tornadoes up by a dozen. Seeley on the defensive end, making things uncomfortable for those perimeter players. Here's Reed the other way. Reed weaving through traffic. Seeley dishes it off to Boyette. Seeley dribbles to his left, hand off to Carter. Carter backing up. Hands it off to Boyette. Boyette tried to find Reed. Disrupting things there was Page. Page coming up with the steal. Here come the Hawks the other way. Gardner. Hawkins. Hawkins dribbling to his left. Here's Page. Page guarded by Reed. Gardner for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Boyette. So LB Boyette now 5 rebounds to go along with his game high 14 points. Boyette dribbling to his right. Reed. Blaynot from downtown. It's good. Luke Blaynot now with 5 points and able to stretch the floor there with the three-pointer. Tornadoes up by 15, and then Blaynot with the block. Blaynot getting it done on both ends of the court. Three-pointer on one end, block shot on the other. Meanwhile, Seeley's a little shaken up. And no foul called, so it'll be Tornadoes ball in the full court. Several subs now for the Hawks. They substitute quite liberally. Went many players deep on their roster in that first half. Here's Carter. Carter finds Boyette. Boyette corner three. It's good. Credit the assist to Quincy Carter. That's his 6th assist. And credit the three-pointer in the finish by Boyette for his 17th point. Now back the other way. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Boyette. Meanwhile, media timeout on the court. Tornadoes have opened up this second half with a 13-5 advantage in the half and have taken their largest lead of the game, now an 18-point advantage. 15:51 to play at the Moshmer Gymnasium, 59-41 Nados. Back here at the Moshmer Gymnasium after that last foul by Boyette. That'll send Madison to the line, leading scorer for the Hawks. Now at 15 points. Hawks now 14 of 16 from the charity stripe, so getting it done in that department. However, Tornadoes with authority now with a 16-point lead. Seeley dribbling into the half court. Here's Carter. Stolen away by the Hawks. Back the other way. Here comes Huntington, and the finish there. Sam Page from downtown. So 5 quick points for the Hawks out of the media timeout. Cut the lead to a baker's dozen, 13. Boyette from 3, it's no good. Rebounded there by Madison. Madison up the other way. Madison from downtown, it's good. Damian Madison now with 19 points to lead all scorers. That's his 4th bomb from downtown. And it's a 10-point lead just like that. An 8-0 run for the Hawks. That ball made a lap around the track there on the rim, but did not fall. And now, meanwhile, an offensive foul. Great job by Luke Blaynot to hold his position. And things getting a little testy now here in the Boshemer Gymnasium. The Huntington coaching staff and bench did not like that call. And meanwhile, it's getting a little testy between the two fan bases. A lot of red in the building, making the trip up from Montgomery, Alabama. And meanwhile, NATO Nation has showed up as well here on this Friday afternoon. Back the other way. Here come the Hawks. And that's good. So making an 11-0 run for the Huntington Hawks. And just like that, what was once an 18-point lead, in fact, less than 2 minutes ago, has been erased by an 11-0 run by the Hawks. And that last three-pointer by Page off an assist by Hawkins. And suddenly the Hawks have come alive here in the second half. Madison with 19 points, Tony with 13, Page with 6. LB Boyette leads the Tornadoes with 17 points, Chancey Watson with 9, Wessick with 8, Evans and Sutherland each with 7. Reed has 6, Blaynot with 5. Huntington with this 11-0 run in these last 2 minutes. 3-pointers by Page and Madison. Actually, Page has made 2 3-pointers during the scoring run. And all the scoring during the run has come from both Page and Madison. Madison with a 3-pointer and a couple of free throws, and Page with 2 3-pointers. And just like that, a Huntington explosion to cut the deficit to just 7 points. So Tornadoes regroup out of the timeout. Here's Reed. Boyette, Wessick swings it around to Carter. Carter back to Wessick. Wessick to Boyette, extra pass there to Reed. Reed trying to find Carter in the paint there, and once again a steal for Huntington. They've had some stops these last 4 trips down the court as well. Here comes the Tornadoes the other way. A lot of hustle on the court there, some contact as well. We'll see what the call is. As a frantic pace back and forth here. Both these teams hungry and desperate for a win. Different circumstances for each. Tornadoes holding on to that 4th spot in the West Division. Top 4 teams make the postseason. So every game critical for the Tornadoes in that cause. And meanwhile, Huntington winless in the USA South Conference and have had several close defeats. Have not had that conference win yet, and they are hungry for that. So we got 2 teams absolutely starving for this victory. We'll see who comes out ahead. It's a 7-point game at the moment, 13-18 to play here, half number 2. Carter from 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, Carson Evans, nicely done there by Evans. So another offensive rebound for the NATOs. They've done a great job in that department all game long, but then a turnover there, traveling violation. Tornadoes now with 13 offensive rebounds. but unable to convert that last opportunity into second chance points after the traveling violation. Here comes the Hawks the other way. Hawkins. Madison able to find Tony, and Tony with the finish. And folks, it's a 5-point ball game. Tornadoes led by 18 about 3.5 minutes ago, and it has been all Hawks ever since, coming out of that media timeout. 9:41, a 13-0 run for Huntington. Here's Evans. Castle. Watson. Turnaround jumper in the paint, no good. So Hawks able to work on this scoring run even further. Currently a 13-0 run. Pull-up jumper there, no good. Well off the mark, and air ball. Here comes Evans the other way. Evans. Castle, back to Evans. Pull-up jumper there by Sutherland. It's good. Garrett Sutherland, boy, did the Tornadoes need that. After a 13-0 scoring run by the Huntington Hawks, Sutherland able to stop the bleeding and put the Tornadoes back up by 7. 11:35 to play here, half number 2. An offensive foul there, so table starting to turn here on both sides of the court after the Sutherland finish, and then the nice job there by the Tornadoes. Look like Hayden Castle getting into defensive position there. So we'll head to another media timeout. 11:34 to play here, half number 2. Tornado 61, Hawks 54. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, where the Tornadoes lead by 7. 11:30 to play here, half number 2. Carson Evans up ahead to Watson. Evans back to Watson. Swings it around to Sutherland. Here's Evans, top of the key for 3. It's no good. Wessig fighting for the rebound. Great job there by Alex Wessig to keep it alive. Offensive rebound for Wessig. Then great look, Evans finding Castle. The finish by Hayden Castle underneath. And the Tornadoes able to stretch the lead back to 9. They've scored the last 4 after that 13-0 run by the Hawks. Castle getting into that passing lane, making things disruptive for the Hawks. Here come the Hawks in the meantime, and that's going to be a traveling violation on Max Gardner. And Tornadoes basketball. Dylan Bowling checks back in. Nate Johns checks out. And Brevard back the other way. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland finds Wessig. Wessig's double team back to Sutherland. Sutherland for 3. It's no good. Wessig with a tip out, trying to keep it alive, but into the hands of Tony of the Hawks. Here's Tony. Tony dishes it off to Page. Page, extra pass there, and the finish there by Taylor. Nice job. The corner 3 by Willie Taylor. Watson. Sutherland. Watson from downtown. It's good. Chancey Watson. And the Tornadoes have done a nice job answering that 13-0 run. The Hawks had cut the deficit to 59-54. And the Tornadoes in these last 2 minutes, 45 seconds, able to score 7 of the last 9 points and stretch the lead back to 9. So a little more breathing room for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes will be back in action tomorrow versus Covenant. That's a 4 p.m. game time, part of a women's-men's doubleheader, as women's basketball team will be in action at 2 p.m. And that's actually senior day for the women's basketball team. So I hope you can come out for a day of basketball. In fact, there's all sorts of activity across NATO Nation. We'll tell you all about a busy Saturday shortly. The Tornadoes men's basketball team will be playing at 4 o'clock against Covenant. That's Jamison's Joy Day. The women's basketball team at 2 p.m. versus Huntington on the women's side. 1:30 p.m. is the senior day ceremony for the women. We'll tell you what else is going on around Brevard College Athletics shortly. Back to action here. Three-pointer from Tony, no good. Rebounded by Watson. Sutherland, back to Watson. Here's Castle. Castle from downtown, it's good. Hayden Castle, and so just like that, the Tornadoes able to stretch their lead back to double digits. A 9-2 scoring run as an answer to that 13-0 run by the Hawks. That foul by Wessig, his second. Teams have been nearly even here in the second half. Brevard 22 points, Huntington 21 in the second half thus far. Foul there, and that should be free throws. Actually on the floor, so another side out for Huntington. Huntington ball underneath their own basket. Meanwhile, checking in Paris Crawford for the Tornadoes. The junior from Atlanta, North Springs High School. Well, Castle and Wessig were doing everything in their power to make things difficult there for Caleb Toney. Toney with some nifty moves there and ends up drawing a foul there from Castle. So another chance here for Huntington in the half court. Nice job, Sutherland defensively moving his feet there to keep in front of his offensive assignment. Now, meanwhile, air ball there, and it'll be Tornadoes ball back the other way. Tornadoes on that 9-2 run. Three-pointer there, no good. Finish put back by Wessig. Very nicely done, and once again, the Tornadoes on the offensive glass. That's offensive rebound number 15. And that's the way to do it, translating into second chance points. Now 18 second chance points for the Nados. And one opportunity here, nicely done there. Difficult shot there and converted by Toney. Team foul number 7 on the Tornadoes. The foul was on Crawford. Caleb Toney. High degree of difficulty on that move and finish. Now free throw going up. It's no good. Rebounded by Sutherland. Sutherland hands it off to Crawford. 8:15 to play. Tornadoes up by 11. Crawford. Castle. Wessig. Here's Crawford. 9 on the shot clock. Watson with the finish there. It's like a long two-pointer for Chancey Watson. He now has 14. Boyette leading the Tornadoes with 17. Madison leads the Hawks with 19. Tony with a take there and a finish. So Tony's starting to come alive. He now has 19 points as well. Madison and Tony doing the majority of the scoring there. And now the finish by Taylor after the steal and an easy fast break layup by Willie Taylor. He now has 5 points. And lead back down into single digits, 72-63. Here's Sutherland. Swings it around to Watson. Wessig. Nice little thread of the needle there back to Watson, and the finish by Watson. Watson with 16 points. He led the Tornadoes against the Hawks the first time around and having a great game again this afternoon. Three-pointer there is good. That's Madison. He now has 22 points. That's his 5th three-pointer of the afternoon, and lead back down to 8 and a timeout on the court. Your score was 6:48 to play here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Brevard 74, Huntington 66. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tornadoes leading 74-66. And Carson Evans, check that. David Seeley back in the game at the point. Here's Watson. Wessig back to Watson. Three-pointer from Watson off the mark. Second chance opportunity there. Put back by Hayden Castle. And yet another offensive rebound. That's 16 for the Tornadoes. Just outstanding in that department this afternoon. And great putback finish there by Castle. Then great job on the defensive end. Hayden Castle, yeoman's work. Working hard on the defensive end as well and able to draw that foul. So turnover for the Hawks and opportunity here there once again for the Tornadoes. Sutherland back to Seeley. Sutherland for three. He had that squared up all the way, and Garrett Sutherland able to drain that three-pointer. He now has 12 points. He's the 4th player in double digits for the Tornadoes. Boyette, Watson, Wessig, and Sutherland. Three-pointer here, trying to answer. Whistle on the court. That was Madison launching that three. Then Madison, a bit of a flop, trying to get the foul in the act of shooting the three-pointer. Meanwhile, the foul called on the Hawks. Loose ball foul on Harden. And Tornadoes basketball. Here's Seeley. Seeley guarded by Hawkins. Here's Hayden Castle. Then a foul the other way. Hawkins able to draw a charge off the ball. David Seeley's going to be called for that one. Head coach Lee Burgess not happy how that one transpired. And meanwhile, back the other way, here come the Hawks. 5:40 to play here at the Bosch. Madison, the leading scorer for the Hawks, and well defended there by Watson. Ends up in the hands of Wessig. Wessig now pushing the action. Tornadoes on the attack. Finished by Hayden Castle and one. Hayden Castle Great job by the Tornadoes once again in transition. Credit the assist to Wessig, the finish for Castle. And Castle will be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Castle now sitting on 8 points. And another area the Tornadoes have just been sensational this afternoon. Fast break points, 22 of them. It's a high number for the Tornadoes. Back the other way, here come the Hawks. Three-pointer there, well off the mark. It's an air ball and into the hands of Sutherland as Johns launched that up from deep. Here's Castle. Sutherland. Seeley. Down low to Watson. Cross-court pass to Castle, and Castle misses a three. That would have torn the house down here. Meanwhile, Tornadoes back up by 15, have stretched this lead back out. Things were tenuous for a moment there when the Hawks had cut the lead to 5 after a 13-0 run, and ever since the Tornadoes really regaining control of this matchup. They've led by as many as 18 in this one. Meanwhile, foul there was on Seeley. That's his 4th. And trip to the free throw line here for Hawkins. Hawkins free throw off the back iron, rebounded by Watson. Here's Quincy Carter. Carter dribbles to his left. Back to Watson. Wessick. Seeley. Carter. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Sutherland. Seeley from downtown. It's no good. Sutherland was crashing the boards. Nice tip out there by Willie Taylor. Then Sutherland able to pick the pocket of Madison. And back the other way, some high-flying excitement. And Huntington basketball, when that's all said and done. But some back and forth action between these two USA South Conference rivals. Meanwhile, Reed checks in for Watson. And Hawks come back the other way. Tony. Here's Madison. Down low to Nate Johns. Johns with the finish going up high. Nate Johns, 6'6" freshman. And a tie up there. Great job defensively by Reed. Aggressive defense there and able to tie that one up without fouling Tony. And we've got possession coming back, and meanwhile 81-68 your score. Second half here at the Bosch, 3:47 to play. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Some pressure there in the half court by the Hawks. Here's Sutherland. Wessig hands it off to Carter. Seeley, 5 on the shot clock. Carter from 3, it's good. Quincy Carter, ladies and gentlemen, able to beat the shot clock there and drain the three-pointer. Carter's first points on the offensive end, and meanwhile, Nate Johns with a dunk on the other end. Tornadoes by 14. Tornadoes able to break the press brilliantly, and up ahead to Sutherland, the finish by Wessig, and another finish by the Tornadoes, up by 16 now. 2:55 to play here, half number 2. Ball bounces out of bounds. It'll remain Hawks basketball. 2:52 to play here, period 2. Dribbling to his right, there's Taylor. Gardner down low, able to find Tony, and then the finish by Tony. Tony now with 21. Once again, breaking the press there. Nobody home for the Hawks to defend Wessig, and an easy finish for Wessig after the Tornadoes back-to-back trips up the floor, able to beat the full court press. Very surgical, beating that full court press and finding Wessig for the finish. Meanwhile, foul the other way. That was on Carter, his third. And at the line is Madison. Madison leads all scorers with 22 points. He's now 5 of 7 from the line. He's hit 5 three-pointers. Caleb Toney with 21 points. Those two have really done the bulk of the scoring for the Hawks. Make it 23 now for Madison. Boyette with 17, Watson with 16, Wessig with 14, and Sutherland with 12 for the Tornadoes. Hayden Castle has 8. Here's Reed. Reed up ahead, and Reed shoved to the ground by Tony, and obvious foul there on Tony, and 1-and-1 situation. Both teams in the bonus. And Reed will head to the free throw line. Charles Reed, 6 points on the afternoon. Reed, the sophomore guard out of Concord, North Carolina, J.M. Robinson High School. (89-73) your score. 2:10 to play here, half number 2. Tony with the finish there. Tony has 23. Back up the other way, once again beating that press and able to get back defensively that time was Nate Johns. Johns with the block shot on the Wessig attempt. Those two have been battling all afternoon. Here's Carter. Seeley. Seeley dribbles to his left. Carter from 3. It's no good. And back the other way. Here comes Gardner. Stolen away there by Carter. Carter with the open court ahead of him. And the contest by Gardner. Carter and Gardner both went up high for that one. It'll be a foul on Gardner. Trip to the free throw line for Quincy Carter. Nice strong take by Carter. Nice attempt to get back defensively by Gardner, but free throw by Carter is good. Paris Crawford checks back in. He replaces David Seeley, and Tornadoes up by 15 with 98 seconds to play here. As the Tornadoes have hit the 90-point mark. Make it 91. And Huntington running out of time on this Friday afternoon. Foul there on Crawford. So Crawford's second foul, and it'll be free throws for the Hawks, both teams in the bonus. Who else? Damian Madison heading to the line. He and Tony, 46 of the 75 points for the Hawks have come from those two players. Add one more to Madison's total. He now has 24 lead all scorers. 8 rebounds as well. So a couple rebounds away from a double-double if he can grab a couple boards late here. Second free throw up and good as well. Checking in for Huntington, Sam Page. So Crawford, Reed, Carter, Sutherland, and Wessig on the court. And once again, Wessig wide open deep, and that's the third time the Tornadoes have been able to surgically beat the full court press, find Wessig, and finish off the equation there. And Huntington unable to convert a couple three-point attempts there, and just about academic now. 93-77 your score, just over a minute to play. Crawford, here's Sutherland, whistle on the court. It's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Foul on Tony, his third, 19 foul, so it'll be 1 and 1. So the Tornadoes will be back in action tomorrow, facing Covenant. That's a 4 p.m. start. Following the women's contest versus Huntington. Hope you can come out for those. Baseball is in action as well tomorrow with their home opener, opening day at Gilcone Field. That starts at noon. Come out a little early, and you can see President Bradley Andrews throw out the ceremonial first pitch at 11:50 a.m., followed by the doubleheader for the Nados baseball team. We'll tell you more about that shortly. Meanwhile, Crawford with the rebound there, and Tornadoes starting to feel this one, 95-77, well in control. Crawford, Sutherland from downtown, it's no good. That ball flies out of bounds, and it'll be Tornado basketball. 33 seconds to play here at the Bosch. Crawford up ahead to Wessig, and Tornadoes with a gratifying win in this one. And another trip to the free throw line here. For Charles Reed. Reed with 7 points on the day. Tornadoes, a lot of different Nados contributing to this soon-to-be victory. We'll give you all the final numbers following the final buzzer here. Austin Linville checking back in for Huntington for these final seconds. Meanwhile, timeout on the court here with 16 seconds to play. Tornadoes with their largest lead of the evening, up by 20, 97-77. So Tornadoes back in action tomorrow, 4 o'clock. But a big day of Brevard College athletics. And a lot of it will be happening right here at the Bosch. 1:30 senior day ceremony for the women's team. 2 o'clock tip-off for the women versus Huntington. And then 4 o'clock the Tornado men's team right back in action. Back-to-back scenario as Tornadoes continue in their quest for USA South Conference postseason play. And this win was critical in that quest. And got to hand it to Coach Lee Burgess, Coach Miles Leathers, and the Tornadoes for getting this one done. These two teams played to a 2-point decision a couple weeks ago in Montgomery, Alabama, 74-72, and much different story this afternoon as Huntington see if they can get on the board one final time here. A three-pointer there is good. Austin Linville draining that three. And Charles Reed will dribble it out, and just like that, the Tornadoes able to get another USA South Conference win. This was a big one as the Tornadoes that much closer to qualifying for the USA South Conference postseason. 97-80 is your final. Stick with us. We'll bring you all the final numbers in just a matter of moments. Final score, Brevard 97, Huntington 80. So the Tornadoes head to the winning locker room with a 97-80 win over the Huntington Hawks. We'll bring you all the numbers here for this one. Tornadoes led 46-36 at halftime, and were able to extend that lead even further, taking an 18-point lead in those first 4 minutes of the second half. And then Huntington reeled off a 13-0 run, cut the deficit to 5. And then the Tornadoes responded in a big way and regained control of this contest, ballooning their lead into double digits, and then ultimately the 17-point victory. Tornadoes shot 45% from the field, while Huntington shot 43%. Tornadoes hit 9 3-pointers. Huntington hit 10 of them. Both teams shot a lot of three-point attempts. Huntington with 30 attempts from beyond the arc. Tornadoes with 33 shots from downtown. Both teams shot fairly well from the free throw line. Tornadoes 18 of 22, that's 82%. Huntington 18 of 23, that's 78%. Tornadoes did a nice job protecting the ball, especially in the first half. 11 total turnovers, Huntington with 16. And Tornadoes, a great job on the boards, out-rebounding the Hawks 48-33. That included 17 offensive rebounds, just 5 offensive rebounds by the Hawks. Those offensive rebounds resulted in 20 second-half points. And Tornadoes also dominating down low in the paint, 46-32, their advantage in that department. Fast break points, each team able to get into transition several times. Tornadoes and Hawks each with 16 fast break points. The Hawks were led by Damian Madison with 25 points individually. He hit 5 3-pointers, 8 of 10 from the line. And Caleb Toney also a leading scorer for the Hawks, 23 points. He was 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 8 of 11 from the field. Those two players with 48 points combined. Tornadoes really spread out the scoring in many ways. L.B. Boyette leading the charge with 17 points. He also pulled down 6 rebounds. Alex Wessig with 16 points and 5 rebounds, 4 assists to go with that line. Chancey Watson with 16 points, and Garrett Sutherland with 12. Charles Reed with 9 points, Hayden Castle with 8, Quincy Carter with 7, Carson Evans with 7, and Luke Playnot with 5. So Tornadoes, a team victory without a doubt, and a critical one indeed, as the Tornadoes able to get the win to improve to 4-5 in USA South Conference play. So gain a little more separation between the 4th and the 5th spot in the West Division. Top 4 teams advance to the USA South Conference tournament. Piedmont is sitting in the 5th spot. Those 2 teams will play on Tuesday, but first up for the Tornadoes is a matchup versus Covenant on Saturday, tomorrow. That's at 4 p.m. So the Tornadoes will face Covenant at 4 p.m. at Piedmont on Tuesday the 15th in Demorest, Georgia at 7 p.m. Then back here at the Bosch on Saturday, February the 19th at Senior Day, 2 p.m. versus LaGrange. Now we mentioned a exciting day tomorrow for Brevard College Tornado Athletics. Hope you can join us either in person or on this YouTube channel. All sorts of action. It starts off with baseball. The Tornadoes, under the direction of head coach Mike Victory, will open up their home season at Gilcone Field. Already 2-0 on this young season, but opening day at Gilcone Field tomorrow. First pitch at noon, and it'll be a doubleheader versus Allegheny College. Prior to game 1, President Bradley Andrews will be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch, new president here at Brevard College. So we're really excited for that moment to kick off opening day at Gilcone Field. And then the Tornadoes will battle against Allegheny. Doubleheader begins at noon. Softball is on the road tomorrow, so if you're over in Winston-Salem or whereabouts, check out the Tornadoes as they visit Carolina University. And then basketball here at the Bosch. Tornadoes women's basketball, 1:30 Senior Day, 2 o'clock is tip-off versus the Huntington Hawks. That's a big one for the women's basketball team, which is also right there in the thick of things for postseason play in the USA South Conference. And then the Tornadoes men's team will play at 4 p.m. versus Covenant. It's Jameson's Joy Day, an outstanding local charity here at Brevard, North Carolina, Transylvania County. Hope you can come out and support that as well. Sunday, more action. There's a JV men's basketball game versus Young Harris at noon here at the Bosch. Baseball will take on Allegheny at 1 p.m. Men's tennis heads to Charlotte, North Carolina to take on Johnson and Wales. That's a 1 o'clock start in Charlotte on Sunday. And then 3 o'clock, women's basketball versus Maryville right here at the Bosch on Sunday. And all that should get you warmed up just right for the Super Bowl, which will be Sunday evening. So a exciting Super Bowl weekend here at the land of the Tornadoes, Brevard College in Brevard, North Carolina. Well, glad you're able to join us. A unique game time for this one being in the middle of the afternoon on a Friday. Very rare opportunity this time of day and on a weekday for the Tornadoes to be in action. But Tornadoes got it done with the win over Huntington and that much closer to a trip to the postseason. So appreciate everyone's support behind the scenes. Had Shakira Thompson on camera this afternoon. We'll see her in action on the women's basketball side tomorrow. And also Joseph Marvin, Abby Pardee, and a cast of thousands handling things behind the scenes operationally here at Brevard College. Your final score for the final time from the Boschmer Gymnasium: Brevard 97, Huntington 80. Go Tornadoes.